This is Randy Rosetta with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune at an empty, getting cleaned up Carolina Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina, where LSU came out and took care of business Friday night, winning a game 9-2 with an impressive offensive performance, 15 hits, 3 guys who didn't get a hit Thursday night in a 10-7 loss to the Gamecocks come up big. Cade Civic, Andrew Stevenson, Mark Laird. And this was a game that LSU needed to win the SEC West Division. They took care of business. As impressive as the offense was tonight, though, this game was a story about Austin Bain and how he took a huge step forward, not just this season, but maybe for his LSU career. Freshman kid comes out after he watched Jared Poche, Jake Godfrey, and Hunter Newman struggle to pitch ahead in the count against a very patient South Carolina offense. They lead the SEC in walks taken, have 4 guys who have taken 38 walks or more this season, and LSU pitchers paid for that last night. Not only did they walk 5 times in a decisive 7th inning rally, but Jared Poche had to throw a lot of strikes right down the middle with a fastball, and that hurt him. Austin Bain didn't mess around like that today. He came out, challenged batters from the get-go, kind of served notice that he was going to come at him and be aggressive. It bit him once in the first inning when Carolina's Max Schrock hit a solo home run. But, you know, I thought that was key that Austin Bain basically didn't blink. He said, I'm going to come at your best hitters, and I'm going to see what you can do with it. Max Schrock won that particular battle. But after that, Austin Bain retired 16 of the next 17 batters. From the 3rd to the 6th inning, he got the Gamecocks up and down. And this is a freshman pitching in one of the toughest environments in the SEC, right up there with Alex Box Stadium. This is a great environment, great crowd. Austin Bain wasn't fazed at all. I thought after he gave up that home run and settled in, that maybe motivated the offense a little bit. The LSU still struggled a little bit with runners in scoring position when you look at the big picture. They were 5 for 18, missed some early chances. But then they got going. They tied the game. Mark Laird singled in a run with 2 outs in the 2nd inning to tie it. They scratched out a go-ahead run with a Carolina error kind of mixed in to help. Their speed kicked in, helped a little bit there. Once they got the lead, the bats really started warming up. Andrew Stevenson, who was 0 for 4 Thursday night, goes 4 for 5. His biggest hit, and maybe the biggest hit of the game, he smacked a 2-run double over the left fielder's head in a 3-run LSU 5th inning that gave them a 5-1 lead, and that really kind of turned the game around a little bit. Cade Civic had 2 doubled, almost hit a 3-run homer, one of the most wicked line drives I've ever seen, got to the wall quick and fast and just didn't quite get out, but he drove in a run. And a few innings later, he came up with 2 outs and dropped a double in, scored 2 runs. That made it 7-1. And, you know, this is an offense that is been slump-proof because they have guys 1 through 9 who are hard to get out. Sometimes there may be a guy who has a tough night. Alex Bregman went 10 straight at-bats without getting a hit until he got one tonight. And then last night, these 3 guys that shown tonight were 0 for 12 among them. So this offense doesn't get into slumps much. Tonight, they kind of broke out. They've had 15 hits in both games. And that's tough for any team to overcome. South Carolina is not the South Carolina it normally is. The pitching's not as good as it has been. And when you're facing a team that can put that kind of offensive pressure on you, it's tough to compete with. And LSU won that battle. Had the battle won, I thought, Thursday night before a couple of double plays and late walks got to them. This time they took care of business. Paul Maneri said he issued a challenge after last night, had pointed out how some teams had responded to adversity. This is a veteran team. He said he expected them to respond, and that's exactly what they did. And by doing so, they even the series, but also win the SEC West for the 2nd time in 3 years, and now go into the Saturday series finale with a chance to win the overall SEC championship. This is Randy Rosetta with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune.